What's up, guys? This is Tyler from Mestac, customer support extraordinaire, and this is Sweet John.
I work the storefront and I help with customer support, keeping him afloat.
Basically, yeah. And I'm nothing without this man right now. We are going to talk about belts today. Set up belts with multiple uses, right? Like, I have a handful of belts. Today I'm wearing actually a different belt that we don't make. This is the Blue Force gear, which is sick. So the Blue Force gear is cool and all that. Obviously running Kiwis and all the stuff that we make because that's the way we roll. But yeah, belts are something that we, essentially the enhanced belt came along because we used to make it out of webbing, scuba webbing, and it was fine. It worked really well. But along came this magical thing called laminate. So we made the enhanced belt, and the enhanced belt came along. It weighs a whole lot less, it's stiffer, it looks good. Obviously, you know, you've got this, overall the design is very simple. It's a bit of Tegris inside wrapped in laser cut laminate with some hook on the inside of it. This one in particular is 175. We make a 2-inch as well for those of you that do 2-inch. I don't know what to tell you there, but yeah, the entire purpose of this is making the old belt that was made of webbing weigh less and be cooler, and you know, like this thing weighs, what was the weight of it? We should know this weight, but we'll get the weight for you. But the weight is lighter, and ironically enough, like a couple of different belts that I've purchased. I like buying belts. I'm kind of a belt dude. Is a shotgun guy. I'm a belt guy apparently, and the claim to fame was like, oh, it's an ultra lightweight, really cool belt, and our belt, like with the buckle on it, was way lighter. So anyway, nonetheless, we don't need to do MOLLE on it. We don't have to do any of that because half slot pals are kind of goofy on a belt, and the reason being is because you've got this thing, a pouch, and the pals on the back of that align with half slots. So with every mag you put in or pull out, your pouch will wiggle up and down or forward and back, and so it kind of throws things. Same thing with the double pistol gap pistol that we make, right? Like the spread of that is only going to work on a belt that's not married to a grid. So the way that we like to do it is one wrap. One wrap's fast, it's easy. You can move it wicked fast. Like, oh, you don't like where this is? No problem. We'll just like do this and move it, right? It's so simple to adjust your kit, and it's effective, right? So the whole idea with one wrap, I think a lot of people were maybe a little bit reluctant and leery at first, but this stuff is wicked tough, so long as it isn't perforated with the stitching. So we've found with our single 40s that on occasion the one wrap can tear because where it's bar tacked onto the Tegris backer, it will fail because it's like, you know, like your kids, like little, you know, dotted line cut along this line thing, or tracing steps. It's basically like that. It's perforated though, and so it can tear there. So we don't recommend the single 40s for duty use. This though is field replaceable. And honestly, the way I like to roll is I actually keep a little bit of one wrap with me if I'm going anywhere, like just so in case. It's easy to do, easy to service, and it's way cool stuff. We really dig this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the beauties that I like to, especially with talking about how you've got, yeah, like a malice clip, for instance, or anything that like on the PALS setup, one wrap is really sick because you can run it through, and then when you put it with your outer on top of your inner, it's legit like stuck. There's no lateral movement, there's no wiggle because it's married to it. So that's I think the major benefit that we found is that the shit doesn't move. So,
and depending on the belt, depending on the pouch, if you're using malice clips, there's a little bit of play in there. With the Velcro one wrap, you can torque that down.
It's not going anywhere. So
that's what we send out to our military and law enforcement contract orders for our belts with the pouches. And it works pretty well.
One thing to note with all the one wrap, especially when you get it, it will come in, it's pre-cut in 2s. So if you look in the bag and you're like, oh my God, I only got 1. No, you didn't. Look again, there's probably 2. They're stacked together. It's hard to see like if you're just glancing at it, but there's 2 on each strip. That's how they're cut and that's how they're shipped. So please, for the love of God, don't email us anymore because I promise you it's probably got there. We probably have it. But nonetheless, yeah, this is belts. I like to have my belt set up kind of like similar to this, where it's got 2 pistol, a single 5.56. I'll chuck like the diaper on. I'll throw like a dump pouch. These are the Flatline Fiber Co. These are sick. And then we've got the, modified too, but nonetheless, they're the Flatline Fiber. The IFAKs, we also like the Pimps IFAK from Flatline. They're really, really cool. And Chad's a good dude. What's up, Chad? How you doing? Otherwise, I don't know. That's belt. If I'm shooting with my buddies, just doing some pistol stuffs, I'll just run like double 40, and then like another couple, like maybe even the Just a pouch from Spiritus is pretty sick. I run that guy back here. It's just nice having options, but I like to have like a couple of belts set up for different things. So this is kind of my just go-to grab and go thing. And then how do you like to run yours?
I set my belts all up the same, apart from competition. So competition, I negate having a rifle pouch and a med pouch on there because
Why would you do that?
Because it's competition. I'm trying to game it. I don't need extra.
Yeah. Why on earth? What do you mean you don't want to put a 5.56 mag pouch on there?
Yeah. Though I have ran this belt in competition, I'll just pull the mag out and throw a pistol in there.
What a weird thing, because you could just like one wrap it right off.
Yeah.
Lickety split, gone.
But I always do 2 pistol. You can do 1 or 2 rifle with the Flatline Fiberco dump pouch. If you have a smaller waist like myself, you can still get 2 rifles on there, have a dump pouch, because real estate on a belt, if you're a small dude, is limited.
Yep.
Trust me, I know. So I always want to have 2 rifles.
John's a petite boy.
So
you don't like what?
I don't like putting unnecessary crap on the belt.
Sure.
If you have a purpose for it, okay, put it on the belt. But otherwise, don't overload it.
That's actually one of the big ones. Yeah, I totally agree. I think that the whole small of your back IFAK is great if you don't have to sit in a car. Mm-hmm. Holy cow, that thing is some lumbar support you don't need. So I agree.
I love the Pimp pouch. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Flatline. They make an amazing pouch. It's very similar to the Blue Force Gear. Was it Micro Trauma?
So, yeah,
amazing pouch.
But it's sizable too, which is cool. You can actually get it to be smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. Both are good. Both have their own pros and cons. I just really like this one.
Yeah.
I have both. The other option for the guys that run med on their belt but don't want the small of their back, usually law enforcement, is getting a pouch up in the front that has a TQ on there. This thing's dirty because I've just been playing with it.
Yeah.
But I can throw my medical in here. In fact, the same insert that I put in the Pimp, I can put in this pouch. I've got all my medical in the front, next to my mags, and nothing on the small of my back. So I can just negate this whole thing.
Completely, yeah. Wow, 1 rep again. Man, that stuff just blows my mind.
Yeah.
You can also buy that at like your local Home Depot, Lowe's, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You can.
It's tactical Legos.
It's nothing serious. Oh, he's going to say no. He's going to shake his head and say no. But 1 inch 1 wrap, bro. Although it's not the S-Tech brand. Is it? Or is it all the same? And you've got the double 40 as well with serviceable. You can throw the 1 wrap on it if you need to, if you tear it or whatever else, like super simple. Yeah, that's our belts, man. I mean, belts are pretty fundamentally simple. Like you need a gun, if you need med, get your med on it, obviously, right? You got your pistol, you got your 5.56, you got a dump, and maybe whatever else you might need, like administrative stuff. Like I carry a rangefinder in my Gista, so like stuff like that, like just having a little bit of extra available space. All right, what is this? A post-edit action. Whenever you order a belt, be sure to measure your waist, like your actual waist. Don't tell me your pant size. I don't care about that. Get a tape measure. Measure your waist. Go around your pants. Don't do it naked. That's just weird. And that number will give you your size. If you do mess up, that it happens, we will absolutely swap you your belt. We'll get you the size that you need. Just let us know, and we'll get you the shipping info, and we'll get you all the info that you need to get a new belt that fits you. In the meantime, if you do need anything ever, don't hesitate to shoot us an email, as long as you're not like that guy. Customer support at stech.com or tyler@stech.com. Don't hesitate to hit us up if you need anything in particular. We are more than willing to help, as long as you're not a prick. Friend.
There are a lot of belts out there, right?
Yes, there are. Yeah.
I'm not going to name any brands because they're all garbage.
What the fuck?